meet again, in thunder, lightning, or in rain.
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost.
And one
that will bear the set of sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath, there to meet with Macbeth.
I come, Grey Malkin.
HECATE calls.
Anon.
Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Hover through the hawk and fill the air!
What bloody man is that? He can report us who advised flight to the revolt the new estate. This is the sergeant, who like a brave and hardy soldier fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend, say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou dost leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swords that do cling together and choke their art. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, for to that the multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him. From the western isles of currents a galley glasses is supplied, and fortune on his damned crow smiling showed like a rebel sword. But all's too weak for brave Macbeth. Well, he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution. Like valor's minion carved out his passage, till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands, nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the knaves with chops, and fixed his head upon our battlements.
O valiant cousin, worthy gentleman,
as once the sun gents his reflection, shipwrecking storms and direful thunders break, so from that spring what comfort seemed to come, discomfort swells. Mark, King of Scotland, mark! No sooner justice had compelled these skipping currents to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lords surveying vantage with furbished arms and new supplies of men began a fresh assault.
Dismay not the Sir Captains, Macbeth and BANQUQ.
Yes, as sparrows, eagles, or the hare, the lion. If I say sooth, I must report they were, as cannons overcharged with cracks, so they doubly redoubled their strokes upon the foe. Except they meant to bathe in reeking wounds, or memorize another Golgotha. I cannot tell, but I am faint. My gaseous cry for help.
So while thy words become me as thy wounds, they smell of honor both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
What a haste looks through his eyes. So should he look that seems to speak things strange.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners clap the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of KAYAL began a dismal conflict, till that Bellona's bridegroom lacked in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness.
That now, Sweno, the Norway's king, craves composition, nor would we deign him burial of his men till he dispersed at St. Consent $10,000 to our general use.
The more that Thane of KAYAL shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his death, and with his former title greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, no will Macbeth have won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou?
A sailor's wife, had chestnuts on her lap, and munched, and munched, and munched. Give me, quoth I.
Right thee,
The rough-fed and running cry. Her husband, to let thou gone, master on the tide, but in a sea above hither sail, and like a rat with that a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll hear you the wind.
Thou art kind,
and I another.
and I myself of all the other, all the quarters that they know, all the ports that they blow, in the shipman's car.
I'll dream Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live a man, forbid. Weary 7 nights, 9 times 9.
Shall he dwindle, peak, and pine. And though his bar cannot be lost,
Yet it shall be tempest tossed.
look what I have.
Show me.
Here I have a pilot's thumb.
Wrecked his home where he did come. A drum, Macbeth doth come. The weird sisters hand in hand, hustlers of the sea and land. Thus to go about, thrice divine, and thrice again to make up 9. Peace! The charms mount up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How far is it called to forest? What are these so withered and so wild in their attire? They look not like the inhabitants of the earth. Yet they are on it. Live you? Are you off that man they question? seemed to understand me, for by each at once her choppy finger lay upon her skinny lip. You should be women, but your beards forbid me to interpret that you were so...
Speak, if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Glum.
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth, that shall be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are you fantastical? Or indeed which outwardly you show? I know a partner you bring with present grace and great prediction of noble happening and royal hope, which each seems wrapped with all. To me, you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and tell which will grow, speak then to me. Neither begs nor fears your favors, nor your hate.
Hail! 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 Blessed and Macbeth and greater.
Not so happy.
Yet much happier.
Banquq Macbeth. All hail!
Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. By Simon's death, I know I'm the Thane of Glons. But how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, and is a prosperous gentleman. And to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you!
Earth hath bubbles as water has, and these are them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air, and what seemed portable melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too, was it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. Who's there?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. And when he reads of thy personal venture in rebels' fight, his wonders and praises do contend, which should be thine or his. Silenced with that, and viewing o'er the rest of this self-same day, he finds thee stout in Norwegian ranks. Nothing afeard of what thyself didst make, strange images of death, as thick as tail can post with post, and every one did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give our royal master thanks, only to herald thee in his sight, not to pity thee.
And for an earnest of great honor, he bade me, from him, call thee the Thane of Cawdor, in which addition, hail most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak truth?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who is the Thane who lives yet, but under heavy judgment which bears that life that he deserves to lose? Whether combined with those of Norway or line the rebel with hidden help advantage, I know not, but treason's capital confessed and proved have overthrown him.
Glons and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. I thank you, gentlemen, for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings? And those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promise no less than that.
That trusted home I yet enkindle you upon the throne, besides Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us of our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths. Win us with honest trifles to betray deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success? Commencing in a truth, I am the Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion, whose horrid image doth unfix my hair, and make my seated heart knock in my ribs? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder is yet but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man, that function is smothered in surmise, and thing is but what is not.
Look at our partners we're out.
If chance may have me king, will chance may crown me without my stir.
New honors come upon him like our strange garments cleaving up to their mold with native use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we say upon your leisure.
Oh, you give me a favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Come, let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and at more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts to each other.
Very gladly.
Till then enough. Come, friends.
Is execution done on corridor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they have not yet come back, but I have spoken with one who saw him die, who did report he confessed his treasons, implored your highness pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like the leaving it. He died as though one studied in his death, to throw away the dearest thing he owed us toward Caro's trail.
There is no art to find a man's construction in his face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. O worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now weighs heavy on me. Thou art so far before the swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee, but thou hast less deserved the proportions both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I have to say, more is due than more than all I can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your Highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state. Children and servants, which do but what they should by doing everything safe toward your love and honor.
Welcome, hither. I have begun to plant thee, and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble BANQUQ, thou hast no less deserved, nor must be known, no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenty destroys. Wanton and fullness seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and those whose places are near, so that we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, who we named hereafter the Prince of Cumberland. Which accomplishment must not invest him only, but signs of nobleness, like the stars, shall shine on all deservers. From hence to Inverness and bind us to you further.
The rest is labor which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger and make joyful the hearing of my life with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy colleague.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down on, or else o'erleap. For in my way it stands. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye wink at the hand, yet let that be which the eye fears, when it is done, to see.
True, worthy BANQUQ. He is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let's after him, whose care has gone before us to bid his welcome. He is a fearless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report that they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I stood rapt and burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, and came Messieurs, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time as Hail, King that shall be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glance thou art, end Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet
I do fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, not without the ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, thou wouldst holily, wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Thou'st have great lungs, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it, and thus that thou rather dost fear to do, than wishest should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits into thine ear, and chastise thee with the valor of my tongue, all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical age doth seem to crown thee withal. What is your tidings? The king comes here tonight. Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master, who word so would have informed for preparation? So please you, it is true. Our thane comes here. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who for lack of breath was almost dead, and had scarcely more that would make up his message. Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself, his horse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here. Fill me from crown to toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop of the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings may shake my fell purpose, or keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breast, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substance you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pull thee in the dumbest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Great glams worthy, Cador, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh. Never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your face, your eye, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for. And you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which to all our days and nights to come gives solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Only like a clear, to alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air, nimbly and sweetly, recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
This gets of summer, the simple haunting moth that doesn't prove. By his love of masonry, the heaven's breath smells wooingly here. Not jutting nor frieze, buttress nor coin of vantage. He had made his pennant bed in procreated cradle, where these birds breed and haunt have observed the air
gentlemen. All our service at every point twice done and then done double. Work poor and single business to contend against those honors deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house. For those of old and the dignities of late, we rest your hermits.
Where is the Thane of Godor? We cursed him at his heels and had purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as a spur, hath hope in here before us. Fair noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs themselves, and what is theirs income? At aught at your highness' pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand, and conduct me to mine host, for we love him highly and will continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success, then that with this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here, but in these cases would jump the life to come. But we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instruction, which being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then, as I am his host, who should against his murder shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office that his virtues will plead, trumpet tongued like angels, against the deep damnation of his taking off. And pity, like a naked newborn babe, striding the blast horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, only vaulting ambition, which overleaps itself and falls in the other. How now, what news?
Why have you left the chamber? He has almost supped.
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late. I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk where you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From such time such I count thy love. Art thou a few to be the same in thine own act and valor, as that art and desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage?
Prithee, peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Who dare do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be so much more than what you were, you would be so much more man. No time nor place did they adhere, and yet you would make them both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. But I would, as it was smiling in my face, have plucked his boneless gums from my nipple and doused his brains out, have I so sworn as you've done to this.
If we should fail?
We fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place, and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, which too were rather a day's hard journey soundly invite him, his two will I with wine and wassail so convince that memory, the order of a brain, shall be a fume, and a receipt of reason, a limbeck only, and in swinish sleep drenched nature lies as in a den. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan, what not but upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great crown?
Bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy two of his own chamber, with their very daggers, that they have done it?
Who dares receive it other? As we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death.
I am settled and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mark the time with fairest show. The false face must hide what the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
Noon is down. I have not heard the clock.
She goes on at 12.
I take it 'tis later, sir.
Hold, take the lantern. There's a husbandry in the heavens. All their candles are out. Take thee this, too. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way into repose. Give me a lantern. Who's there?
A friend!
Sir, not yet at bed. The king's at rest and hath been an unusual pleasure, and has a great largeness to your offices. This diamond here greets your wife in the name of most kind hosts, and shut up in measureless content.
I'm actually in the middle of getting dressed.
Sir?
See, being unprepared, our will became servant to defect, which else should free abroad.
All's well. Last night I dreamt of the 3 weird sisters. To you they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet when we can entreat an hour to serve, I would like to spend some words on that business, if you should grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
Could you pose the while?
Thanks, sir. Like to you.
Go bid thy mistress. When my drink is ready, she strike upon the bed. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling, as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind? A false creation proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? Thou marshalst me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes have made fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, in all my blade and dutching gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now, o'er the 1/2 world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls his watch, thus with Tarkin's ravishing strides towards his design moves like a ghost. Thou shore, and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate my whereabout. now suits with it. I go, and it is done. Hear not the bells, Duncan, for they summon thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. That which hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace. It was the owl that screeched, the fatal bellman who gives the servants good night. He is about it. I have drugged their posses. The surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. And given the drugs, death and nature contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's there? What? Oh!
Alack, I'm afraid they have awaked, and the deed is not done. The attendant of the deed confounds us. Hark, I laid the daggers ready, he could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I would have done it myself. My husband.
Done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended?
Aye.
Hark, who lies in the second chamber?
Donald BAIN.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
This one did laugh in his sleep, and one cried, murder! That they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and address them to again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
I one did cry, God bless us, and Amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands. Listening their fear, I could not reply, Amen, when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could not I pronounce Amen? I had most need of blessing, and yet Amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more! Macbeth doth murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care. Depth of each day's life. Sore laborer's bath, balm of earth minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more, told the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep. Therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to sink so brain-sickly of things. Come, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Come. Here. What are the daggers doing from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think of what I've done. But then again, I dare not.
Infirm purpose. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If you do bleed, I'll gouge the faces of the grooms with blood, for it must seem their guilt.
What does that not mean? How is it with me that every noise appalls me? What hands are these here that pluck out mine eyes? Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood from my hands? No. This My hands will rather the multitudinous seas in carnage, making the green run red.
My hands are your color, but I shade to wear a heart so white. Hark! There's a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of the deed. How easy it is then! Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Put on your nightgown, lest occasion show us to be watchers. And be not so lost, so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deeds were best not know myself. Why, Duncan, with thy mocking! I would thou couldst.
Here's a knocking indeed. If man were porter of Hellgate, revolved, turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there and never be as above? Here is a farmer who hung himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time, have handkerchiefs enough about you, here you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the devil's name? Here is an equivocator who could swear on both the scales against either scales, who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet cannot equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator! Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Think, here's an English tailor, come hither with thumbsing of a French host. Come in, tailor. Here your man roast your goose. Knock, knock, knock. Never quiet. What are you? This place is too cold to be held. I'll teleporter no further. I had thought to let in some all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed that you lie so late?
Aye, sir. We were carousing till the second cock. And drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir. It provokes and it unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and it mars him. It sets him on and it takes him on. It persuades him and it disheartens him. Makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, he equivocates him in his sleep, and giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir, but I requited him for his lie, and I think, being too strong for him, though he took up my legs sometime and made a shift to catch him.
Is thy master stirred? Our knocking has awaked him.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both. Is the king stirring or anything? Not yet. He did command me to call timely on him. Oh, come, I'll bring you to him. I know this is a joyful trouble to you, yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in, physics pain. This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and, as they say, lamentings heard I the air. Strange screams of death, and prophesying in accents terrible. Of dire combustion, and confused events, new hatchets to the woven time. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Horror! Thunder, can't see nor name thee!
What's the matter?
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath wrought its masterpiece. A most sacrilegious murder broke up the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the light of the building.
What is it you say? The light?
Mean you, His Majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy our sight of the new Gorgon. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! BANQUQ, tunnel bay, Malcolm! Awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself! Ah! Up and see the great Duke's image! Ring the alarm bell!
What's the business of such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak! Speak!
Gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as a bell. BANQUQ, our royal master is murdered.
Alas, in our house.
To prove her anywhere. Dear Duff, I pray thee contradict thyself. Say it not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn. The Mearleys is left this hall to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
Those of his chambers, it seems, had done it. Their hands and faces were badged with blood. So were their daggers, which unwiped were found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
What man can be wise, amazed, temperate, furious, loyal, and neutral in a moment? No man! The expedition of my violent love outruns the possum, reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood. His gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. There the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain? Who had a heart to love, and in his heart, courage to make his love known.
Help me, Hans.
Look to the lady.
Why do you hold your tongues? For most may claim you have for hours.
What should be spoken here where our hid in agriculturation sees us? Let's away. Our tears are not yet brewed,
Nor our strong sorrow for emotion.
Look to the lady. And when our naked frailties hit the suffering exposures, we need again question this bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears, scruple shaketh, but in the great hand of God I stand, and things against I fight of treasonous malice.
As do I, so all. Come, let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet together in the hall.
Well contented.
What will you do? Let us not consort with them. Shown unfelt sorrows and offers a false man does easy. Out to England.
To Ireland, aye, our separated fortunes shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The near in blood, the near the bloody.
This murderer shalt thou shot, hath not yet lighted, and the safest way is to avoid it. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave taking, but shift away. There is a warrant in that theft that steals itself away when there is nothing left.
I can remember well from the bottom of which time I've seen hours dreadful and things strange, but this sore night hath tried for former knowings.
Ah, good lady, thou seest the heavens is troubled with man's act, threatens his bloody stage. By the clock 'tis day, and yet the dark night strangles the traveling lamp. Is it the night's predominance, or the day's shame that the darkness of the face of the earth entomb when living light should kiss it?
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done. On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in a pride of place, was by a mousing owl, hawked at and killed.
And Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain. Beauteous and swift, the minions of their race, contending against nature, broke their stalls, flung out, contending against obedience, as they would make war with mankind. So they ate each other. They did so to the amazement of mine eyes that looked upon it. Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir, now?
Why, see you not?
Is it known who done this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth has slain.
Alas the day, what good could they pretend?
They were suborned. The king's two sons, Malcolm and Donalbain, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still, thriftless ambition that will raven up thine own life's means. Then it's most likely the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth?
He has already gone to Scone to be invested.
Where's Duncan's body?
Carried to Colmkill, the sacred stores of his predecessors, guardian of their bones.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin. I'll to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old robe sit easier than our new.
Farewell.
God's benefits go with you, and with those who make good bad, and friends of foes.
King, Cador, Glons, all as the weird wind promised. And I fear thou played most foully for it. And yet it is said that it should not stand in thy posterity, but that I myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there comes truth from them as upon thee, Macbeth, why, their speeches shine by the viridities of thee. May they not be my oracle as well, and set me up in hope. Hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
If he have been forgotten, it hath been a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
We hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me which my duties are, with indissoluble tie forever in it.
Ride you this afternoon.
Aye, my lord.
We had else desired your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous with this day's council. But we'll take tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
That will fill the time between twixt and supper, my lord. Go my horse up the faster. I'll be above the night for a dark hour or twine.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their ears with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, and therewithal we shall have cause of state graving us jointly. Hie you to horse. Adieu, till you return at night. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society, we will make ourselves at supper time alone. Well then, God be with you. Lady, a word with you. Attend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Good. Then, have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he in times past who held you so under fortune, which you thought was our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last conference. How you were born in hand, how crossed, the instruments used, and all things else that might to half a soul and to an ocean crazed say, thus did BANQUQ.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and I went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you will let this go? I will put that business in your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off, grapples you to the heart and love of us, who wear our heart but sickly in his life, which in his death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, and the vile blows and buffets of the world, so incensed that I am reckless, ready to spike her. And I another, so weary
with disaster, tugged with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid.
Both of you know BANQUQ was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine. And in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrusts against my nearest of life. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight and bid my will avouch it, yet I must not, for certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall, which I myself struck down. And thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us, though our lives...
Your spirits shine through you. Now, within the hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, the moment on it. For it must be done tonight. And something from the palace, always remember that I require a clearance. And with him, to leave no rubs nor botches in the work, his son, Fleas, who keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
Abide within. I'll call upon you straight. It is concluded, BANQUQ. Thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, shall find it out tonight.
Is BANQUQ gone from court?
Aye, madam, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king I attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Not sad. All spent. When desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy, than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died within they think on? Things without remedy should be without regard. What is done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint. Both the worlds suffer, ere we will eat our meals in fear, and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams which shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we, to gain our own peace, have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nor steel, nor poison, nor malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come, gentle my lord. Sleek are your ragged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I love, and so pray I be you. Let your remembrance apply to BANQUQ. Present it with evidence, both with eye and tongue. Unsafe the while that we must lave our honors in these flattering streams, making our faces visitors to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that BANQUQ and his fleance lives.
But in them, nature's copy, not a turn.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou jocund. Ere the bat hath clone his cloistered flight, ere black HECATE summons this shard-born beetle, this drowsy hums, at wrong night's yawning peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou plot the deed. Come, sealing the night, scarf up the tender, pitiful eye of the day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand, cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, as night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelst at my words, and yet hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
Who did bid thee join with us? Macbeth needs not our mistrust, since he delivers our offices of what we have to do to the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day. Now spurs the late traveler apace. To gain timely end and near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark, I hear horses. Then 'tis he, the wrestler with the notes of expectation already within the courts.
His horses go about.
Almost a mile, but he does usually so all men do. From hence to Palace Gate make it his walk. A light, 'tis he, stay into it.
There will be rain tonight.
Let it come down!
I'm not a bad prophet.
Who did strike out the light? Was it not that way? There is but one down, the sun has fled.
We have lost by half of our affair. Well, let's away and say how much is done.
You know your own degrees. At first and last, the hearty welcome.
Thanks to your majesty.
Ourself will play the humble host, and mingle in society. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time we will inquire her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks. They are welcome.
See, they encounter thee with their heart's thanks. Both sides are even. Here I'll sit in the midst. Anon we'll drink, a measure the table round. Mingle. There's blood upon thy face.
Hast in Banquo?
'Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
His throat is cut, that I did for him.
How art the best of the cutthroats! Yet he's good that did the like for Fleance. If thou didst, if thou art the non-parry.
Most royal sir, Fleance has escaped.
What? Then comes my fit again. I had else been perfect. Whole as the marble, founded as the rock, broad and general as the casing air. But now I'm cabined, fined, cribbed, bound into saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe.
Safe in a ditch he abides, with 20 trench gashes in his head, a lease of death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath nature that in time will venom breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee gone. We'll hear ourselves again tomorrow.
My royal lords, you do not give the good cheer. The feast is sold, that is not often vouched. What is make it is given with welcome. To feed were best at home, from thence the sauce to meet a ceremony. Meeting were bear without it.
Sweet remembrancer. Good digestion wait on appetite and health on both. Here had we now our country's honor roofed. Were our graced person Banquo present, who may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
His absence so lays blame upon his promise. Please, your highness, to grace us with your royal company.
My lord, What is it that moves thy highness?
Which of you have done this?
What, my lord?
Thou canst not say I did it! Never say God more belongs than me!
Gentlemen, his highness is not well.
Oh, pray, stay, my friends. My royal lord is often thus and hath been from his youth. Pray, the fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will again be well. Pray, feed and regard him not. If much you know to Michel, vent him and extend his passion. Are you a man?
I, and a bold one, that dare look upon that which may appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and these starts, impostors to true fear, would well become a woman's story authorized by her granddad.
If I stand here, I see him.
Shame itself. When all is done, you look but on the air.
Blood has been shed ere now. In the olden times. Ere human statute pursed the gentle wheel. I am since too. Murders have been performed too terrible for the ear.
What? Quite demanding folly. My noble lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. My most worthy friends do not muse at me. I have a strange infirmity which is nothing to those that know me. Come, give me some drink. Fill full. There's no drink left. Well, I cheer to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend BANQUQ, whom we do miss dearly. Would he were here. To him and all we thirst, and all to all.
Our duties and the pledge.
Avaunt! Quit my sight! Thy bones are marrowless! Thy blood is cold! Thou hast no speculation in those eyes that thou dost glare with!
Oh, think of this. Good peers. But as a thing of custom, 'tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare? I dare. Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, the Hurricane tiger, or the armed rhinoceros. Take any shape but that, and my firm nerves shall never tremble. Or be alive again, and dare me to death with thy sword. If trembling I inhabit then, protest me the baby of a girl. Hands, horrible shadow! Horrible mockery! Hands! All so. Being gone, I am a man again.
You have displaced the meeting with most admired disorder. Leave. Stand not upon the order of your going, but leave at once.
Good night. Attend to his majesty.
A kind good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Augurs and understood relations have been my magpies and shows and rooks brought forth the secretest man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning, which is which?
How sayest thou that Macduff denies his person and our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it by the way, but I will send. There's not one of them but in his house I keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow, and betimes I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak to me now. For now, I beg to know, I the worst means the worst. For mine own good, all causes shall give way. For I am in blood stepped in so far, but should I wait no more, returning were as tedious as galore. Strange things in head, that will to hand, which must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack all the seasons of nature. Sleep.
Come. Will to sleep. the illicit fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
For we all know security is mortal's chiefest enemy.